Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Mildly Bad Drivers. We begin with number 19. Solid lines are optional in Maryland. We must zoom in and full screen. It's mildly bad. This is actually very fitting for the subreddit, because this is like 100% just something you'd run into basically all the time, anywhere. This is especially common in the Los Angeles area with people who believe that the carpool lane, the HOV lane, is a thing that they can just kind of go in and out of whenever they want. Like, oh, you know, feels like the one lane, the fast lane, is going a little too slow for me, so I'm just going to go over into the carpool lane as a single individual in the car, and I'm just going to go by and then come back out whenever I want. So that's just fairly normal and par for the course. Follow the signal, not follow the leader. Wasn't T-boned, at least. Video has no sound, so you don't have to listen to the podcast, like me cursing. That's good news. That's very good news. Oh, this is definitely California. This looks 100% California for sure, dude. What does it say? Oh, it says Yorba Linda Boulevard. Yeah, it's definitely California. And man took the rule of like two cars going through on the orange, even though it was a protected turn, which is a bit of a different story. But, you know, when you're waiting in the intersection and you turn, you're waiting on an unprotected left, and then it turns, you get yellow light and you go through. It's like the rule is kind of like two cars on the yellow. This person was just like, I can just keep going. Also, the 2-car rule gets violated all the freaking time. The amount of times that someone's like making a left turn and they're on the opposite, like they're starting on the perpendicular, and your light turns green and you're waiting for like 5 seconds for people to get out of the way on their left turn. It's not even a blocked intersection. It's just people going like, I'm going to keep left turning, you know? The amount of times that happens is just like, holy frick, guys, are you kidding me? Yeah, especially when you have a trailer, it's probably a good thing to just not turn in front of people. From normal to GTA. Oh! That freaking exploded. Holy frick. Also, I'm fairly certain that this looks like a road that I have driven on many times. I'm being serious. This is probably very much a road that I've driven on many times. And, yep. You know, usually you would think that it would be the bikes that are the ones scared and worrying that they might get hit by a car. But in this case, I guess I now have a new fear of getting worried about a flaming bike flying and exploding on my car. That guy must have, I hope he wore the brown pants, because he did. He just had a flaming bike like explode right next to his window. I don't know. It's hard to tell if the car got caught at all, but he might have just narrowly avoided everything. That's lucky. Anyway, yeah, maybe a public road is not necessarily the best place to explore just how far of an angle you can get down on your bike like a MotoGP rider, because I feel like when you go too low, isn't that called like low siding? I've never ridden a bike before, so I don't, motorbike I should say. Never ridden one before, so I don't know all the terminology. I think it's called low siding or something. You can't really recover from that. It's just you're done. So maybe not on a public road. Missed my exit? I think not. Wait, are we gonna? It's left. Is it a left exit? Oh, I thought it was gonna be the pickup truck. It was not the pickup truck. That's crazy. I wonder. We never know. Did they commit? Did they reverse? I feel like at the point that they decided they were committing, they were kind of already past the ability to even take the exit. So, like, they're already kind of past the grass. Did they off-road to get there? Maybe go through the trees a little bit. Maybe go around. You see the guardrail, like, I was looking at the wrong spot there. But maybe they, maybe they just off-roaded, went around the trees, came back. They made, like, a double U-turn, kind of like a backwards end sort of shape of things. But anyway, that's more mildly bad drivers than guy with exploding bike heading into oncoming traffic, backing into the road the wrong way down a one-way street, almost causing an accident after being illegally parked in a no parking zone. That's a doozy right there. Boy, oh boy. Astonishing stuff. Took pictures of the car. It's okay. That's a lot of text. It's like a one-way. It looks like a driveway, but I guess it's more like a one-way alley or something like that. Backing into the... I was like, yeah, it's not the best thing to have to back out into the road. And especially, you know, if it's a one-way alley, maybe you should just follow the alley to the exit. But then are they going to U-turn? Oh, okay. Yeah, I go now. Everybody else, good luck. Honestly, it wouldn't have been as heinous if... Obviously, I didn't see it. I'm sure they're describing in the text, like, this person they're filming because this person reversed a super long way down the one way, I'm assuming. And that's why the camera's rolling in the first place. But all they had to do was just, like, right there, they could have just started going. They could have just gone forward in that lane. But no, they had to just make a U-turn. Credit to the person in the black car, because they did what you should correctly do in this situation, which is just be like, holy frick, you're an idiot, but go. Because if I try to go forward, you're going to just go anyway and then run into me. So, you know what? It's just like, yes, you're stupid, but I'd rather not get in a collision than assert my rightness here. If only there were markings on the road symbolizing which lanes turn left. To be fair, there aren't always, but, you know, is that person about to turn left? Who's about to turn left? Someone's going to come in from wide. Oh, yeah, they're coming in wide. Real wide. Nice. I half thought at the end there they were about to pull a brake check and be like, hey, how dare you don't let me in from my left turn lane? How dare you try to push me off to the side of the road when I'm in the right? I exist and the world circles around me. Do you not realize that you are simply an NPC in my protagonist story where I get to have the right of way in any situation? I can drive the wrong way down a road and it's still the right way because I'm doing it. All right, man? You just don't understand. You don't understand when you're just an NPC. Like, why? What was the reasoning for this? All right, too much text. Too long, didn't read. We'll just see what happens. If it's not easy enough to see in the video, then it's not good enough for the mildly bad drivers. I mean, it's a passing zone. To be fair, it's a dashed line. It kind of started, and then they were like, no. But then they were like, yeah. Okay, they're going to do a few at a time. They're just going to pedal to the metal, despite the fact you could definitely see the other cars coming there. I mean, they made it. They made it happen. I'm assuming it's just like a freaking long line of cars, and it's like, where do you think you're going to end up? We have traffic down this road. It's not like this is one person and they're holding up a line. It's just like, okay, there's every 100 feet, there's another car. Is this really? Oh, they did a little flip off. They did some flip offies there. I see now. A little bit of flippy offies and stuff like that. The struggle is with situations like this, sometimes you just you can't see far enough ahead in your lane to know whether or not, like, am I going to actually get anywhere? If a road could be so straight that you don't even actually know what the situation is of how many cars are in front of the car that you're behind if it is going really slowly. I have definitely had a situation before where I passed someone and I've been like, oh, yeah, there's just a lot of cars. That was completely pointless. And they're probably thinking to themselves, they're like, why did he even bother? Like, where does he think he's going to go? And then you kind of are like, I'm stupid. Sorry, I'm an idiot. And then you just go about your day. So anyway, cop, mildly bad driver. Sound on? I'm a little scared about the sound on here. Never mind. It's gonna just be like clunk. There's a driveway right there. He's just like, not my car. I might as well do a bit of off-road and see what this bad boy can handle. You never know in a police chase when you might have to drive over a curb. So let's see how this bad boy takes it, right? Here we go again. Here we go again. I just like how there's clearly a driveway right there, and they just opted not to take it. I suppose if I were the building or business owner, I'd be like, could you not do that? Maybe I prefer to, maybe keep the curbs from having gigantic gouges in them from the bottom of your car, if you don't mind. She had the nerve to flip me off after pulling this. Okay, so we got the probably don't change lanes here. It's a stop sign there. It's a stop sign where you're supposed to stop and wait for it to be clear and then go into traffic, which didn't get accomplished there. See, this is one of those scenarios though where I think I would probably have just been like, okay, I guess I will slam on the brakes here. I guess it would have been hard to stop completely in time. You see, what you need to do is you need to anticipate. This is like defensive driving, okay? So what you do, you have like alarm bells start to blare in your head and you're like, okay, right? You get to hear, you see the person sticking out a little bit into the intersection, right? And you're like, oh, they're definitely just gonna go. And so you either slam on the brakes or you now start looking, okay, is the lane next to me clear? If not, can I quickly brake and then move over really quick into the next opening? Because if I can't brake in time here and I'm worried about, because there's a very good chance that they're just, fortunately she stopped, but there's a very, very distinct possibility that she could have just kept going and then it would have been a collision because you might not have been able to stop in time. So, that's why I always try, you gotta try to be a couple steps ahead, right? You always got to try, wherever you're driving, have an escape on one side or the other. So it's why I always try not to ever be side by side with a car for an extended amount of time. It's always good to have a lane change that you can make, if you need to. Hope they had insurance. Deja momento, MK, omnibus, desgovernado, colide, carros y pega fogo no centro de Porto. Alegre. I read that. Ooh, did it lose its brakes? It must have lost some brakes. That's not good. Oh, God. Bro, it just lit on fire. That's crazy. Holy frick. How many? Oh, man, everyone's... Holy frick. I'm like, oh, yeah. There are probably people on the bus. Kind of forgot about that. Jeez. That wasn't the bus that caught on fire. That was the car that just got absolutely crunched there. Damn. Wait, were there... What the... Where are all these people? Wait, where are all these people coming from? Oh, I guess I'm like... This doesn't look like people coming from the... I'm like, why are people coming out of the building? It started looking like an AI video where just people are emerging from a blob and they're just... Yeah, I was thinking the people from the bus would be over here, but then I guess they had to go behind whatever this car that was jammed up. And then it's like, bro, I'm just thinking of an AI video where just more and more people just emerge from the blob of people. And you're like, how is there an infinite amount of people that are emerging from the blob of people? I've seen a bus. I just was like, why are they, like, why is it here? Because they're having to climb around, I guess. You really have 20/20 vision? Does this look like 20/20 vision to you? Huh? This video is blurry as frick. It is completely out of focus. Does this look like 20/20 vision to anybody here? Come on, man. SMH my head. Hopefully everybody is okay. Well, no, it's just like they're disappearing, right? Because this is the bus doors over here. But then they emerge over in this area before you see them. Anyway. Hopefully everybody was okay. Man, oh man. Merge thieves diagram. I guess. It's not a video, though. I need a video of this happening for it to be a mildly bad driver moment. Someone parked in between two handicapped spots. I mean, that's clearly that's the luxury parking spot, right? The dashed white lines there are in order to show that it's for really special, awesome people. Also, they are in the car. So I'm curious, are they like standing there for a couple of, if they are in the car and they're just waiting for a couple seconds for something, I would argue that it might be justifiable, because if, God forbid, someone in a wheelchair had to load in, they'd be able to move out of the way. Hopefully they'd move out of the way and wouldn't be completely oblivious to everything. So I feel like it's hard to judge when someone is in there and the car is running and the lights are on. Like maybe it's for 2 seconds. Or maybe people are going to be like, no, Jardon, there is zero excuse and you are terrible for thinking there could be any excuse. I don't know, man. I don't know. When you realize you don't have main character powers. I'm waiting for something to just go, oh, this police car, and then this person zooming? Maybe? Yes, it is. It looked police car-esque. It did. It's such a weird place as well for just a police car to be sitting. Is this a street where this happens a lot, that people just go like zooming and drag racing? Why is this guy going like 60 miles an hour on a residential street? This person was clearly pressuring the car in front of them enough that the person pulled over on a 25 mile an hour road. They were like, I guess I'm going to get out of this person's way. They've been tailgating me. This is a bizarre thing to do on a residential street. Like, what the heck? Spotted in gray near Turnpike. That does appear to potentially need replacement. It might be a blowout candidate, potentially. You should probably replace the tire. As I always say, a lot of people don't think about it because the car has a lot of parts, but in theory, hopefully the only thing in contact with the ground are your tires. They're important. Arguably the most important component of a vehicle for its performance. Make sure that your tires are in good shape. Idiot in pickup versus stop sign. Is this just in a parking lot? And they just crashed into it in a parking lot? It's very bright yellow at the bottom and very bright red at the top. And it did effectively stop the car. So I guess there's that. I don't know how you missed that. You know what actually is probably the problem here? Gamers don't look up. So they didn't look up to see the stop sign. And this is one of those pickup trucks where the hood is so unbelievably high that you just can't see anything. because it's like 7 feet tall at the hood. So at least it was not a child, as per what we've seen in the demonstration in whatever I don't know if it was the last mildly infuriating or it was a demonstration from the Donut Media video, or it's like, you cannot see the child from the pickup truck cabin. I live to die another day. Audi driver clearly did not give a fork, he says in the comments. All right. I suppose that's how you have to think when you ride a motorbike. Is you made it through one ride, and now you'll just live to die on another ride because of how dangerous it is. Well, good job hitting the brakes and noticing it before it was too late. Because holy frick, don't mind me or the audio that I'm not going to listen to. Okay, wrong way driver. Oh, God, a wrong way driver. This is going to be crazy. In the rain, no less. Oh, you see it up. Holy frick. Oh, God. Oh, how does that even happen? Because this person doesn't, in the ones where they're doing it intentionally and their goal is just to have a terrible collision, because that's happened before, they don't slow down usually. Usually they just keep it pinned and they're like, I'm going to hit something and that's what I'm going for. This is like they slowed down. They clearly see that something is amiss. They're trying to avoid a little bit, but like, I don't really want to get any wet mud on my tires, so I'm not going to like fully move to the side of the road, because also I have the right of way, and it'd be a shame to get my car dirty as I'm about to have a head-on collision. But there has never, you say under the influence, and oftentimes people will guess like, oh, they must be under the influence if they're doing, there is no amount of alcohol that I could possibly ever consume that would ever cause me to not realize something is seriously wrong. I would be in a hospital with alcohol poisoning at serious risk of not surviving, and I would still not do that. Right? There's just simply no way. That's what I don't understand. Left the car in reverse while checking the engine. Left the car in reverse? How? But it's not moving. Like, if you left the car in reverse, it would start going immediately. Did he just he must have, like, this must be a downhill and he Okay, there's way too slow a reaction time here. This guy is, like, opening the hood and checking it as the car is rolling and still not noticing. You've had so much. You're opening the hood as the car is moving, and somehow alarm bells are not ringing? This is definitely not. I don't think this is a leaving it in reverse. This is just, he took it out of park and put it in neutral without a parking brake or something like that. Reverse would be immediate. It's going. So. Oh, bro, that person just barely avoided. That person is like, oh my God, I got out of that. And wait, no, now it's definitely in reverse. It's definitely in reverse. How did this happen? I'm so confused because it started so slowly, but now it's definitely like the engine is moving it. Huh? How did you do this? It's actually impressive. It's not gone into the building. It's just doing circles without hitting anything. Whoever has this building, if this ends up not hitting it and they see the security camera footage, they're going to be like, I am the luckiest person imaginable. The pole didn't get hit. The building didn't get hit. The car going by didn't get hit. Someone in chat is saying staged. I mean, maybe I am genuinely confused as to how this could possibly have happened. Because like it starts off so slowly that it just doesn't look like what you would expect if the car actually like it doesn't ramp up its idle. It's kind of either there or not, you know? It's real weird. It's real weird, but took way too long to notice. It could be staged. It's possible. And then Jack Ace couldn't wait. Guys, where is it again in GeoGuessr that is Pare in, is that Spain? Frick. I don't know why I always forget. It's like such a clear rule in GeoGuessr where they have Pare versus a stop. Oh. Man, what? What? Okay. Why would this person be stopping with the blinking lights at the train crossing? What an idiot. They're wasting my time. I'm going to go. Wonder how far they got pushed down the track before the car kind of like got flung off to the side. Did they live? This doesn't seem like a heavy enough impact to have been posed risk to life, but they got lucky because it could have been going a lot faster. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, man. I had no idea. I can't understand people. Anyway, that's it for the last month of Mildly Bad Drivers. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.